It is day 4 in the historic UAW strike that is targeting each of the big 3 automakers. About 13,000 of the union's 146,000 workers are striking at 3 plants right now. Conversations continued over the weekend, but UAW President Jan Griffiths says there is still a long way to go. In a statement sent to Local 4, Stellantis said today's talks centered around finding common ground between the union's demands and what the company can offer. One aspect in the talks that remains a hang-up: wage tiers.
We're far apart on several issues. I mean, we have been very clear from the onset that we want to end tiers, and tiers are where you have workers on the line doing the same job for severely different rates of pay, and there's no excuse for that. You're expected the day you hire in there as a worker to perform the same work as a person next to you, and there should be no reason why there's a $16 an hour, $15 an hour pay discrepancy there.
The UAW's targeted strike is already affecting plants down the supply chain. And while nobody expects any of the big 3 to go out of business, there are smaller companies in the auto industry for which that's no guarantee. Will Jones is live with a look at the impact below the giant car companies. Will, good evening.
Kimberly, there are many parts that make up the auto industry, and there is major concern on how this strike could impact the industry as a whole. One Michigan supplier is planning to lay off hundreds of workers due to this strike. Automotive supply chain expert Jan Griffiths warns of the ripple effect of the ongoing UAW strike against Detroit's big 3 automakers, specifically the smaller companies along the supply chain.
They call it a supply chain for a reason, and you know what we say about chains, right? We're only as strong as the weakest link.
Tier 1 supplies products to the automakers. Tier 2 supplies products to Tier 1.
And these tend to be family-owned businesses, smaller companies, and they are in an extremely precarious position right now.
Right now, the UAW has about 13,000 workers on strike at 3 plants in the Midwest, including the Ford Michigan assembly plant in Wayne. And UAW President Jan Griffiths promising today to expand the strike if necessary.
It's possible they could differentiate between the companies based on the amount of progress that's being made, but it's clearly a decision in their hands, and I would imagine that they're going to make it sooner rather than later.
Griffiths says if the strike continues for 4 to 6 weeks, some Tier 2 companies could be forced to make some tough decisions. There are a lot of companies like that.
Oh, thousands.
And they're based here in Michigan? And
they are all over the place, but I would say the large concentration is Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois.
Industry experts say some of these smaller companies don't have large profit margins, so they're more vulnerable in situations like we're in now. We're live in Detroit. Will Jones, Local 4.
I can understand that. Okay, Will, thank you.